All right. Hello, sexy souls. Let's get some things situated here. Alrighty. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo, where I am weird and we get woo woo. Kind of in the name. Alrighty. So, this is coffee and tarot. Although I am doing my lemon water today, I felt really called to it. So, my apologies. Had to get up uber early with my middleman, my secondary little man. Hey Terry, he had he can't run. He got a little hurt the other day when he was running, but his team has a track meet, so I had to get up early to take him to the school. So I had my coffee early. Now I didn't get very much. I gotta be honest with you before I came on, except for a shift in energy. When I say it was almost instantaneous, I was like, good God. It literally hit me like a ton of bricks here. But it was like, the kind of excitement that happens when you're about to say you're in line for a roller coaster and you're all good until you're the next one. You're at the gate and it's like the roller coaster pulls up and you're about to get on and then all of a sudden it's really real and you're like, and it's like gonna pound out of your chest. Like it's not necessarily nervous as it is like the anticipation of what's happening is happening, and it's like no turning back kind of energy, because you want to save face. But it's like the pounding of the chest got more prominent, kind of like those movies where it's like goo 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 goo, and it was like it was a lot to do. I was like, good Lord, and you know how you have to through it. Like when I say out of nowhere, I was like, ease me into that kind of stuff. I felt so, it's like an excited nervous, like anxious, excited, but it's excitement. You know how like excitement, just like you're about to get some bubble guts. You're almost going to get bubble guts from it kind of thing, but it hasn't hit yet. And you're like, ooh. Like, it's the same feeling you get when someone like when your partner says we need to talk and you're like, but it's not a fearful one. It's like as if you were anticipating like, I think they're going to ask me to marry them. It's like an excited one. It was weird. And it came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay. Nothing auditory, nothing visual, just the energy surge. And not even like, I was like positioning the desk and everything, And so like, it wasn't even something where it was like long before, it was like almost just before getting on. I was like, oh, when your chest or your heart's going to pound out your chest and you lose your breath kind of thing. So we're going to find out what that's all about, because for that to come out of nowhere. And it's like, but you know how like, I know it sounds really weird, but you know how like you're about to, like you stand in line for an hour to go on this roller coaster, right? Like you're going to go on this ride. And you're not feeling it at the beginning. You're not even feeling it in the middle. You even get closer and you're like, hey. And then all of a sudden you get to the gate, where you're about to load onto the roller coaster. And then it hits. It's that moment where it's like, there's something about nothing, all of a sudden. So it's not even, there's not much of a anticipation is the point. So take out the anticipation of good stuff and just instantaneous excitement, and it feels big. So I was like, okay, because there was no buildup, and the point was there was no buildup to it, and that like I didn't get the visual of the roller coaster until I sat down here and tried to start explaining it, and they started, like I said, nothing before. So I was like, okay. And I really didn't have an agenda. I was like, let's just see what we can get. Today's like a really great day. Energy is amazing outside. Weather's amazing outside. The air feels pretty clear here. I know y'all think I'm weird sometimes. I'm always like, oh, like me and my friend, me and Paula, we go for a walk and we're like, oh, we hit the good air. Like there's just little pockets of air that feel so refreshing that you hit when you're out for a walk. Like, so it's like the good air where it doesn't feel too thick or anything. So I was like, oh, the air just feels good. So I'm already in a decent mood, but that came out of nowhere. I was like, what? Hey, Curdy. So, alrighty. That's curious because this is the self-healing oracle. And at first I thought they were, which I think they still might, to the Madame Endor's fortune telling, but they actually highlighted this. And the funny thing is, usually I'm like what a killjoy. What a killjoy spirit to have the self-healing oracle when I'm like, oh, it's exciting kind of thing. And I'm like, why are you doing? But I felt no resistance to grab it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So maybe I still don't feel any heaviness in energy whatsoever. So we'll start there and we'll just see where this goes. Ooh, you should, well, you don't have to, but like, the other chat, like, feel that's what that's for. You know what I mean? And so try, like, if you ever feel like processing with the group, put it in there. I'm talking to Manishka. She's in the chat saying she journaled after yesterday's reading. So let's see. All right, here we go. I still got it. It's like, it's big in my chest. Uh-oh. Not, it still doesn't feel like a bad uh-oh. I feel like it's a reminder. Okay, so there's those two. Well, how do I think this one goes here, and then we'll put these two over here. We'll see. Pretty self-explanatory. We've got self-sabotage and pride. Like, there's something that you have, there's a level of self-sabotage that has occurred in somebody's life due to pride, which I also sometimes liken to like vengeance, like you want vindication, kind of thing, right? And so, and it's a pride thing that really hangs on to that. That really, and we've talked about this, like you hurt your own feelings, through your own thoughts and the way that you were seeing something. And really the only person you were hurting, it's like you can hold on to that, but the only person you're hurting is yourself. And it led to sadness. There's a level of sadness that occurred. And then we have sexuality, which I always liken to like sensuality, sacral, that's creation. Creation, again, in my definition, is your fullest expression. It's you being able to express yourself in this world. Is finding the way to express yourself. That's what creation is. And then it's discover your purpose. And I think that's where we're going to be. But it's curious that they want to kind of go leading up to that. So let's figure out. I felt like I had something in my bra. I put things in my bras all the time, like crystals and stuff like that. And I was like, what is going on? I just needed to adjust, but that's what I did. I did that thinking I went like a swoop because I thought I had a crystal poking me somewhere. It was not a crystal. Don't judge. Okay. Where are we going to start off with this first? Okay, we're over on this side a lot right now. This side is quiet. Hermetic Tarot. So coming into this knowing that pride was of like just sometimes pride is what leads us to a certain idea or notion of what our justice should look like, which a lot of times then leads us to wanting justice where it is a type of vengeance, you know what I'm saying? And that is fueling us towards something. And so that had to change. or like in our pride, our vengeance is to prove a point. You know, kind of like a toddler. You won't let me have this, then I don't want anything. And then they're starving. You know, like, I'm not going to eat anything. It's like, well, this is what we have to eat. So, you know, and then they just, you know, later they have to come back. Like, I'm hungry, you know, that kind of thing. Like they get their own feelings hurt because of the way that they behaved. Again, their limited purview and lens. Same with us, right? But as a result, we had to go through some stuff to change that lens, right? We had to sit with that sadness for a bit and come to terms with it ourselves, that we no longer wanted, our pride was no longer useful to us, right? That we were just hurting ourselves. And then we have sexuality and discovering your life purpose. So there's something about getting back into your sacral energy, your creation, your fullest expression, in order to discover your life purpose. And I feel like, what is this in regards to... Yes. We talked about this yesterday. 8 of Swords with the Hanged Man. 8 of Swords is a self-imposed entrapment, your pride and everything else like that, that you had to stay in. It's literally just a statement I said, had to stay in until your lens, your perspective changed. So it was a necessary time for you to be able, like, you had to stay in that for a little bit. And just like with a toddler, you know, like, okay. And they had to come to terms themselves. Because if I tried to introduce to my child, are you sure you don't want to eat? Oh, they would double down. They would double down. They would double down, right? And it would just elongate the process, right? And so if you felt like Spirit was like, took a hands off, a backed away approach, it was because they knew, like, you know how, like, even with a toddler, you say anything, it's, you know, like they just, you know, like they get and everything. And so it was one of those things where it was like, and even toddlers will get upset when you seem unbothered by something and you don't pay them any mind. But it's better to do that 9 times out of 10 than it is to even try to intervene. You got to wait for them to get to the right spot. And that's what Spirit's been doing with you. Spirit was like, I am damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I'm just going to sit over here and let you go through your process until you get to this space where you decide pride's no longer, right? Because it was your own level of self-sabotage, your own self-imposed entrapment. Something could have come in sooner, but you held on to some level of like tit for tat, chip on your shoulder, something. And so you it wasn't. Okay. And so you had to stay in that, and you did until you had a change in perspective. Hanged Man. They're just going on about that. I feel like they're 10 of Swords. That painful process is now done. Let's move on to this. That was yesterday's recap, apparently. Okay. Okay, so what they're talking about here is we've got the 9 of Wands, which is your walls have been up as a result. Like, you have been held to the know about something. And it is about help, assistance, connections, love of any kind, but especially a partner. I'm going to go, guys, I have ADHD, and like certain lights just get to me. Like these people who can like operate with ring light, I don't understand how they do that because it hurts my eyeballs. That's why I like the natural light better. And I'm going to find a way to move my disc back over there. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Much better. So here you were, it was like, you were like, like, I don't care. Uninterested, blocked, no Spirit. So your heart was closed off is what I want to say. In a protective, defensive manner, which has stopped you from enjoying life. 9 of Cups is being internally content and being very happy within yourself, with who you are. It's true, genuine, personal contentment, right? which is the ultimate wish. But the Ten of Cups is being happy with your life, sharing in the joy, not just keeping it to yourself, but expressing it and then receiving it. That's why it goes beyond just the self with the Ten of Cups. It is overall continuous flow of joy and happiness and connection, period, fucking point blank, okay? And you weren't doing it. And we know that lots of y'all have been in hermit mode. A lot of y'all been in hermit mode. Because we got the Nine of Pentacles. I'm good all on my own. Like, you were just focused on you, yourself, without any... I want to say it goes beyond just a desire to connect with other people as much as it was like you didn't even see a necessity in it. But there's something here that we don't operate in a vacuum, okay? And how somehow keeping this wall up and keeping these things out actually has stopped you from being as independent. Isn't it quite funny how sometimes we can... you just weren't very successful within your life like you could have been, and you weren't quite as independent. Like, I always tell people, the more you try to run away from something, the more you become it. Okay? And so it's almost as if like the whole goal was to be this free, independent person, but in excluding yourself from society and excluding yourself from trusting others and from connecting with others and utilizing others, you almost ended up having to have more help and support than you would have had you allowed yourself to rejoin the world. Okay? And so you were never really, it was like a guise of independence. You weren't really independent. It's the old adage of, I refuse to take help from this particular source, so I ended up having to constantly get help from this source. Had I just taken this avenue, because no, I'm going to do it all on my own. No, I've got this. No, something about that led you to having to be dependent on people and situations and circumstances, because you never really got the freedom. So it is almost like moving through this is what garners your success and your freedom to pursue life how you so choose. What's that got to do with this sexuality? Funny, I just described that, and then we have the Seven of Cups, but what they have at the bottom of this, you know what it says down here? I know it's so hard sometimes. Lord of illusionary success. You like to think that you are super independent and free and like doing it all on your own because you didn't utilize something to help or assist, because you didn't connect and work with others, and you're doing it on your own, but you're really not. That's an illusion. You're not. I had just said that. This little fucker, the Page of Cups, keeps coming out, and I'm like, I never quite feel like I garner it. It's like, it absolutely is this sense of self-love and self-fulfillment, but it's really self-sabotage. Oh, that's what we had, didn't we? We did. You paraded it around like, no, I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna do it on my own. And I'm gonna prove to myself, and I've got this. I have faith in myself, and da da da. And you would guise it around as self-love, because I know my worth, and I know that I can do it, and I can blah 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 blah. Right? The Page of Cups brings in the Ace of Cups. Right? It's holding that. The Ace of Cups is the epitome of self-love, self-worth. Your cup being full. You did it in the name of filling your own cup, when in actuality, all you ever did was sabotage yourself. So the unwillingness, whether it is with certain help and assistance through soul family, like the people that you have soul connections to, your soul tribe. Not just like blood family, or from the networks and the community that's around you, the support systems that are there that are really actually supportive in the name of independence and doing it on my own, because I just want to be like, I am woman, hear me roar. That doesn't apply to everybody, but that adage of, it's like you really capped yourself. And if this is, I want to achieve certain things in my life, not because I have a person, like a husband or a wife standing by my side, I want to be able to do it and show that I can do it. That was pride that entire time. You weren't approaching this level of independence and self-sufficiency and freedom in the right energy. All for what? To prove what? And to who? And what does it actually prove? That you became so exclusionary, that you were so isolated. What do you have to show for it? Because then, as a result, you ended up having, and I get this feeling, you had to rely on sources that were not good for you. You remained in environments not good for you. You remained stuck and stagnant. All for what? Sorry, I'm paying attention to my son to see if he sends me a message about the meet being over. The running meet. He's running. My apologies. My 14-year-old just got picked up by his dad because he came down. And I'm like, okay. Sorry, I wasn't included in that decision, and that's not like anybody. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but why? We don't do things without talking about it, so I had to say something. Okie dokie. Alrighty. So I guess I will pull this over. And I want to say that there's something about when you closed your heart off and closed yourself off to fully expressing, fully connecting with people, you shut down certain energy centers within yourself, right? And so it stifled the energy necessary to fully express yourself, to feel central, to feel powerful and within you, because that's also a power center for me too. I know solar is as well, but especially if you're a feminine, your sacral is a major power center of who you are and how you operate. And feminine, by feminine I mean if you operate primarily out of your feminine energy. So let's find out about. It's almost as if by getting back into your sacral and your seat of creation and sensuality, and it's almost like in that you are being more in tune with you and your core vibration, it allows you to discover your purpose. Discover your life purpose. Okay. They're giving me an option between two decks, and I'm like, So. Ooh. Okay. Something's going to come in and be presented and offered in your life that is lacking, currently lacking. We've got the Knight of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles. What is this thing that's lacking currently? And it's the thing that you're hungriest for. We got two people sitting right here digging through trash cans, and they've got like all these little like apple core and just different things like that. And so it's literally like a thing that you are hungry for in life. The Empress is the when I'm taught is that very sacral energy. Sensuality, you are craving sensuality, you're craving to feel in touch and at one with yourself again. Really in your energy. When you're constantly up here concerned with things that are external to you, you don't get to get back into your body. And this is you getting back into your body. It's going to bring you over. It's whatever is missing from your life, whatever has been lacking. This is like an overflow, because they show me a cornucopia with the Empress where it's like the abundance is overflowing from it. And they're just Three of Wands. I don't want to say ships coming in. I'm trying to figure out what they want me to. Something's coming to you. Something's coming directly to you. Three of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Three of Wands is your ships coming in, but there's something tied to like, generally Three of Wands happens after you've taken some level of action. You've made a conscious action towards something, towards your desire. So the Knight of Pentacles is you not having something that you desperately need in your life, and then it coming in and making you feel like your cup is full, fully abundant, completely within your body. It's something about knowing how to respond after that. I always liken the Three of Wands to, like, let's say you start a business, okay? Ace of Wands is your idea, your passion, your desire. The Two of Wands is the actions you take to bring that about. Three of Wands is where you've sent that out there. You've already taken the action and you've put it out. Like, let's say you launched your brand, you launched your business or something to that effect. And the Three of Wands is will it be received? How will it be received? How will it come back to you? You know what I'm saying? Like this is the reciprocity from it. This is the response from the universe, having put something out there and now getting it back. So there's some level of like, and from that point, you move into because once you get like a response, once you get feedback, there we go, then you know what is working, what isn't working. You get clarity, right? And when you have clarity and you start to receive that, you're able to then establish a firm foundation, which is the Four of Wands. But in this particular one, you see him standing here and look at all of this happening external to him, right? He's watching all of this happen as if, and there's all these little coins that are kind of like floating towards him. So something about you having a return to your, like feeling firmly in your sacral energy, getting you back into your body and feeling at one with yourself, like feeling like yourself again is what it really, I want to say. Feeling good, like that's what sensuality is like feeling good in your own skin, right? Like getting you back into this, I feel full and ready again. Like there's an energy that emanates from the Empress, right? It will pull in and attract things in a particular area that I think that you've already taken action towards. This is already an established desire or passion, area of passion. And Queen of Wands it's receiving and emanating. Like you're going to feel so firmly in your power. She's confident. That's one thing. There's confidence. There is attraction. There's passion. Like, is this what you've been lacking? Because if I put it like this, because technically the Five of Pentacles came out with the Prince, it says Prince of Pentacles, but it's the Knight of Pentacles. And usually the center card is the overall energy. What is coming in is the level of abundance and you being back in your power. Like feeling completely, fully capable. Having mastery over yourself again. Not feeling out of control or at the mercy of external factors, but wholly solid within yourself. What is this Knight of Pentacles? Please tell me. And what's it got to do with your sacral and your discovering your life purpose? Okay, so the Knight is bringing in the Ace of Pentacles. This is a very tangible new start, something brand new within your life. So level of victory, Six of Wands. We have the Four of Cups. Victory over your apathy. Victory over the pride. Victory over the self-sabotage. Victory over your stagnation. Your impasse. The liminal space you've been stuck in. You know, that space where like one thing isn't happening, like the old isn't there anymore, but the new isn't yet arrived. Is this a person? Is it a job? Yeah, they're just the death and rebirth process. So one thing's already, it just hasn't begun. You've been stuck in this liminal space. I want to say this could have already started, but that pride was getting in the way. That sense of vindication of, and I'm not going to, like, you just had to work through that yourself. Is it a person? Or is it person? Or we got Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Passion restored brings you everything that you were wanting. Ten of Pentacles is beyond just the emotional. It's everything in the material as well. It's like some level of, as soon as I said that, it's like this. Whatever it does, it awakens your excitement. It awakens, like your juices get going. Like, this is the thing that I talk about with women. We're just going to get there, okay? In your sacral, I always tell women who operate and get their sense of life force through their sacral. I know I explain things in a very white way, okay, guys, because that's, one of the things that I ask them is like how it's like feeling juicy again. Like, what I mean? When things are flowing, people with certain parts will feel it. You can feel it in those areas, right? You can feel alive. When things aren't going so well within your body or in your life, there's a lot of stress, your body responds differently. You don't feel sensually. You don't feel excited by things. There's a very massive change. Just curious. They will not discuss. They're not giving me the Knight of Pentacles. It is out of self-preservation and protection and honoring of the self that you would actually choose this. This is your opportunity to kind of resurrect your life, to resurrect your situation. And to operate from your heart center again, to feel the liberty and the joy of being able to do such. You've squelched that in trying to seem independent in your own mind. Like you were doing something that you thought gave the appearance of freedom, and you were not free. You were not free from it. Why are we not talking about this? I'm pulling him out. Why the fuck bring him up? Oh, it's getting irritating. Knight of Pentacles. Close friend acts on your behalf. You'll be guided through darkness. So Knight of Pentacles. Maybe the method in which something comes in. Jealousy leads to downfall. Your secrets are safe. And time is of the essence. Something about whatever this Knight of Pentacles is, people are not going to be all that happy with. Or there may be some people who are jealous, just flat the fuck out jealous as a result. And it's almost as if it's like there's this need of a level of discretion is what they're giving me in regards to this, in order to keep this it's they're showing me like either protected or like the ability to take root. There's a timing around revealing this. Are you talking about the reason why you won't give me what the Knight of Pentacles is? Prying eyes, people that would want to create havoc. And so like the revealing of this, there's a timing to it. And it's better to not put this out on okay. So there's unforeseen forces. Can we just know if this is like what area of life this Prince of Pentacles is coming in? And how does that give us like discovering your life purpose? There's a resurgence or rebirth of just an open heart, of love, self-love, like just love, period. We have the Death card with the Ace of Cups. I think that this helps, like, it's something like things flowing again as a result. On this Death card, we actually have someone that's pregnant. It's giving the birth. It's bringing you back to life, because in this Ace of Cups, we have things growing. So whatever this is brings you back to life. Yeah. Six of Cups comes after the Five of Cups, which is about optimism, faith, hope, pleasure again, feeling alive again, coming back online, they just said. That's not past person stuff. It just allows things to come in that have been waiting to come in. We've got the Three of Wands again. Things that you have been taking action towards, that you, or desires that you've taken action towards before, you haven't received as a result because of your level of closed off, your lack of willingness to connect with others, and really just your heart being closed off for the sake of pride, and you were self-sabotaging. And you may or may not understand how much that played a factor into this, but it absolutely did. That's changing now. What does that got to do with your life purpose? Yeah. You had to change your perspective. Like the way in which you were approaching something. It would have sabotaged even this opportunity. Nothing good could have grown from it. You wouldn't let yourself move towards this For those where this is love, it absolutely is. I wouldn't let myself move towards it. It wouldn't even listen to it. I would shut it down before I ever started. I would almost preemptively remind spirit every day that that's not something that I'm even remotely interested in, and that you're just gonna have to find a way to bring me things without that. Like, I don't want that in my life anymore. It's not something that I desire. You might have desired it at one point, and I may have taken actions to create a life where that could come in, but I don't fucking want it now. And like, you shut it down and shut it off. So it's something that you previously took action towards, about the Two of Wands. And then we have like the Hierophant here on one side, and then we have the Tower over here. It was almost as if you were intentionally taking actions and choosing a path, because the Two of Wands is actions towards a particular path that would negate any higher level of commitments, or that negated you from being able to create the life that you want externally to you, because the Hierophant is all about creating a life that reflects your true beliefs, that reflects what your true desires are, something that, building that external to you. Hierophant is also about higher level commitments. So you may have been like cutting yourself off from any type of love connections, and they're like, and you were like, there's no way, I will not entertain this. And so you would intentionally take actions that would prevent something like this from coming in, and you were self-sabotaging out of pride. Again, this is the time frame where I'm reading for people where what you want is intricately intertwined in other people playing a factor into that, your achievement of certain things. And so it is through that connection with others that you discover your true life purpose, your way of actualizing your life purpose. Three of Cups. Your life purpose is intricately intertwined with other people. Your networks, your connections, your love life. I just heard, how can you help other people with areas, and I don't know who this is for, with areas in their life when you yourself refuse to experience certain aspects of your life? How are you supposed to be of help or service to them? Then we have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles is the thing that you desired at one point. So whatever you cut yourself off to, whatever you said absolutely not, and then you started moving a different direction, and if it was ever relying on a person again, if it was being concerned with a particular place or people, and you start shutting yourself down to that, or I don't want to rely on anybody ever again, or I don't want love, whatever it is, it's the thing that you desired. The Knight of Pentacles is the thing that you desired. You had taken action towards it and been in pursuit, and then just at some point cut yourself off to. And it's intricately intertwined with whatever it was, put you in a place of isolating. And yeah. And that's what kept you cut off from going further with this. I don't want the help. I don't want this. I don't want that. I can do it on my own. You intentionally cut people out of the factor because of something. I'm not going to let another person ruin my trajectory, because every single time I involve other people, they fuck it up, or they slow me down, or they, whatever it is. It could even be friendships. That's why with this love, it's still like, it could be like the love of soul family, and going, you know what? I don't want a tribe. I don't want anybody that close to me again, because they keep screwing shit up. Like, I don't give a shit if I have somebody close to me. I'm still going to have a wonderful life. I'm still going to be able to pursue this, and I'm going to do this. And it's like, I mean, whatever you're trying to do is intricately entwined with other people. Like, you can't, like, I don't know what you're. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is. So whatever you ended up saying no to for so long out of pride is the thing that's on offer with this Knight of Pentacles. And it is like your pathway to your life purpose. We've got the Magician and the Empress. It's going to let you, the thing you've been trying to manifest. And so they won't let me specifically say, okay? The reason they're not answering is because your secrets are safe. Like there's just certain things that shouldn't be said out loud because there's people that would intervene or create havoc or try to, you know what I mean? And so it's almost like if you knew, other people would try to do something about, you know, like there's just sabotage from other people. So timing is of the essence right now. And there's probably a good indication as like, hey, now's a good time because maybe certain people are not paying attention to you or don't think something's going to happen. And so they can't sabotage it because they don't see that it's coming your way or it's coming towards you, because there are people that will do it. Even people who they unwillingly or unknowingly will sabotage stuff for other people because of jealousy. And they would never call it jealousy. They hide it in some guise of some other reason. You know, because I love you, I'm looking out for you, that kind of stuff. And that's not the real reason. Okay. I mean, this is very eerily similar. And obviously somebody still has yet to go through this if it's still being brought up. And maybe time of the essence is also like it's near and you need to be a little more, we want you to be open instead of closed off. You need to address somebody's still holding on to their pride. And they're like, we're telling you this is really important. This is pertinent for this process. It's like somebody's not doing something. They bring me back to that Two of Wands. Like the thing that you stopped doing is the thing that you need to get back to doing. Like you intentionally obstructed or don't do certain actions that would bring main female, very feminine energy, whoever I'm reading for. You're having to get back into your feminine energy in order to receive this. You've been closed down to it. That's it. So male or female doesn't matter. It is the idea or notion that you have got to get into your feminine energy of being open to allow. And the Journey card, which is the movement towards it. Somebody very well may get some concerning news. Hold on one second. There may... What is this? Either somebody's going to have to go somewhere or somebody may... Okay, what is the coffin? Somebody may have to be traveling somewhere different to a different location because you're going to receive some concerning news. This is going to be something that you wouldn't be surprised by. We've got the message concern with the coffin. And to describe that, we've got bad health and courtship, which is all about like people meeting. Like somehow there may be, if somebody's having bad health and you're going to have to travel as a result of it, there may be somebody on the other end in your travels that you end up meeting. I'm going to have to hop off. I would clarify some more, but I actually think that my son's home. So let me go ahead and hop off of here. And if this is important, it'll come up again in another reading. All right, guys. Sorry to cut it short, although we are at 55 minutes. Alrighty. Much love to you all. And I will be back on again tomorrow, I think. So, well, welcome to all my new subscribers.